Are in the low 80s so far this afternoon, but as you mentioned, going into tomorrow, we are going to start to see some rain and thunderstorms returning back into the forecast. Right now, it looks like a lot of that action is able to hold off until the afternoon. Once we get into Thursday evening, Thursday night, even into Friday, that's our most likely day that we end up seeing rain and thunderstorms coming down, possibly even some stronger storms out there on Friday. And then too, the potential for some heavy rainfall Friday into Saturday. Bringing another chance of those showers and thunderstorms all around town. So we've got so much happening this weekend. Hamilton County Fair, Pride, we've got Hyde Park Blast, we've got so many other events happening around town this weekend. And the forecast is looking rainy, which has basically been the story of the entire month so far. We've picked up more than a half a foot of rainfall in Cincinnati, specifically at CVG. We're not too far away from breaking into that top 10 records of the wettest Junes ever for Cincinnati. I think this weekend could bring us there, looking at some of the potential totals for the weekend. So coming up in a few minutes, I'm going to show you that potential for some heavy rain, flooding, as well as that chance for any stronger storms coming up. Now, but pretty soon that is going to change. I'm tracking a cold front that moves in, brings us thunderstorms as we head into a very busy weekend around town. I'll show you the impacts that we're going to feel coming up. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5, and we'll be right back. For storms, and this year it's the storms that we're looking at as we get into Saturday. So right now, still gorgeous outside. If you're training for the blast or you have anything going on outside today, it looks fantastic. 81 in Harrison so far. We have 83 in Loveland. Temperatures in Cincinnati are sitting around 77, still sitting in the upper 70s as well in Wilmington. Some of that just absolutely just kind of greenery that's been around and is thriving thanks to all the rain that we've had so far this month, helping keep those temperatures kind of on the cool side. High pressure is in control for right now, so that's going to stick with us for the rest of today. Once we get into the next couple of days, watching as a cold front starts to move through, that's going to spark the potential for some rain and some thunderstorms starting as early as possibly tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. And with that, thunderstorm chances are going to stick around through Sunday. Some of those storms too, starting even as early as tomorrow, could be on the strong side. So that's something that we're going to be keeping a close eye on here. Could see some gusty winds with any of those storms tomorrow. For the rest of today and tonight, still looks great. If you're heading out to the Reds game tonight, fantastic. If you're cooking out or anything this evening, still looks great outside for that as well. Tomorrow, waking up in the morning, fairly quiet and dry start to the day tomorrow, but as we get into the second half of the day, showers and thunderstorms start to spark up. Again, that timing of it looks to mostly be the evening, but can't rule out the potential sometime in the afternoon to see some rain or some thunderstorms kind of going up across greater Cincinnati. And any one of these storms could be on the strong side. Gusty wind at this point looks to be the primary concern, and it's not a guarantee that we see strong storms tomorrow or even Friday for that matter. Everything has to come together kind of just right to see that happening, but it is something that certainly is in the realm of possibilities Thursday and then Friday especially. Friday is going to bring us the potential for some heavy rain, and then that continues into Saturday as well. So it looks like by Friday we see those off and on showers and thunderstorms pretty much from start to finish for the day, and then Saturday is going to do it all over again with a chance of seeing more thunderstorms. At this point, it's looking pretty likely that Saturday we've got rain and storms around, especially at this point, first half of the day, even into the afternoon, though rain and storm chances are going to linger. I think that's when we pick up most of our rainfall totals, which at this point look to be pretty hefty. Most pick up around 1 to 3 inches of rain. However, still looks like there's going to be a pocket of heavier rain somewhere throughout the greater Cincinnati area, or at least the Ohio Valley region close to greater Cincinnati. So it's not totally out of question that we end up seeing some communities picking up more than 3 inches of rainfall in localized amounts. We are going to be watching very closely for the potential for some flooding Friday, especially into Saturday. And then, of course, that potentially brings us up to one of the wettest Junes on record here in Cincinnati. But that's a back thought compared to that heavy rain threat that we're looking at for this weekend, as well as that potential for some strong thunderstorms. Sunday still holding on to the chance of rain. That's going to be a possibility most likely Sunday morning, but still looking at that possibly even into Sunday afternoon. And then after that, I mean, we really start to see the heat cranking up. Upper 80s starting on Monday. Weekend ahead with Pride happening, fairs, of course, and the Hyde Park Blast as well. Our weather is going to ramp up as it all starts to get going when rain and storms are going to be most impactful for any of those plans coming up. Fantastic for the rest of the evening. Now, we mentioned that chance of rain that's going to start to come into play tomorrow. It's a weather impact day. In fact, we have 4 weather impact days, Thursday through Sunday. Chance of rain tomorrow, scattered, especially once we get into the afternoon and evening Thursday. Friday and Saturday are the 2 days where it looks most likely that we see the impacts and feel the impacts from the rain and storms. We're talking the chance for heavy rainfall. Even the chance, it's not great, but still the chance of a stronger thunderstorm to work in here either Thursday afternoon, evening, or Friday at some point through the day. And then that heavy rain threat is going to continue throughout at least Saturday. Beyond that, we start to see the rain coming to a little bit of an end here by Sunday. Possibly Sunday afternoon, but again, still going to be enough of an impact on Sunday that we decided to go ahead and make it a weather impact day. From there, though, we are going to start to warm up. Much warmer compared to where we are right now. Temperatures this evening staying in the upper 70s, mid 70s by about 8 o'clock tonight. So coming up in a few minutes, I'm going to help you time out when that rain is going to be most impactful, as well as that summer heat that's on the way on the other side of that stretch of impact days coming up. Sleet and cold rain, so just a little bit warmer compared to yesterday, whereas yesterday most towns were stuck in the upper 70s. High pressure to thank for the gorgeous weather. We've got that sunshine out there right now. This morning was also a little bit cool. We fell down again to about 59 degrees. Now, as we head into the next several days, we've got that soggy stretch of weather, 4 weather impact days on the board, all because the cold front's eventually going to start to work its way into greater Cincinnati. So the rest of tonight, you're good. If you have anything happening tonight, kids have games or swim meets or anything like that, you want to get the grass cut before all the rain moves in this weekend, this is your chance to get that done, because once we get into tomorrow, I don't necessarily think as early as tomorrow morning, but tomorrow afternoon and evening, those thunderstorms start to go up across the area. We'll also start to feel that muggy air kind of settling in. High temperatures tomorrow manage to still make it into the 80s, likely mid 80s tomorrow afternoon, and then that scattered storm chance. Now, we could also see the potential for some of these storms to tap into enough energy that we end up seeing some stronger storms. The main concern would be some stronger wind gusts, possibly an isolated severe thunderstorm warning. But in terms of the heavy rain, that looks to be more of an issue heading into Friday, because Friday we're going to start to see some pretty heavy thunderstorms rolling into the area. Still could also see a stronger storm bringing in that gusty wind potential, but really the heavy rain Friday, especially Friday night into early Saturday morning, is something that we're going to be keeping a really close watch on, considering we've picked up more than a half a foot of rain already in June so far, well above our normal for this time of year. And this weekend, we could end up seeing closer to another 1 to 3 inches of rainfall on average, but it's not even ruled out that somewhere throughout greater Cincinnati, we could have some localized totals as high as about 3 to 5 inches. So we could be looking at a flood threat heading into this upcoming weekend. I think that's going to be the primary concern with the heavy rain that's rolling through. But then also keep in mind that some of those storms could bring in some gusty winds. And then of course there's that lightning potential, the thunder threat as well. So this all kicks off Thursday, lasting through Sunday, likely wrapping up sometime Sunday morning or shortly thereafter. But the highest chance of seeing rainfall is going to come into play on Friday, especially Friday night, and then into Saturday morning. We'll still hold on to that chance of some rain rolling throughout greater Cincinnati. After all that, we really start to see that summertime heat settling in. It's going to get incredibly humid outside. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all those days, we're looking at temperatures being some of the hottest that we felt so far this season. Our highest temperature yet is 88 degrees, and we very well could hit our first 90-degree day heading into next week. Tomorrow, if you are going to be going out to the Hamilton County Fair, keep in mind there is that thunderstorm threat in the afternoon and then into tomorrow night as well. If you're doing any really late night, temperatures right now are sitting around 76 in Cincinnati, so still very comfortable outside this evening. Honestly, just so nice for this time of year, very refreshing outside. Dew points are sitting in the 40s, but we do have change on the way. So next couple of days, in fact, the next 4 days are going to be weather impact days starting tomorrow, with the chance of some scattered rain, some thunderstorms as we get into especially tomorrow afternoon and evening, and then a pretty likely chance that we run into rainfall here Friday, Saturday as well, looking very soggy going into the upcoming weekend. Heavy rain potential is there, even the chance, a little bit lower, but still the chance that we see a stronger thunderstorm moving into the area here Friday, possibly even tomorrow as well. By the time we get to Sunday, rain chances start to wrap up, but still holding on to that potential for some rainfall. So for tomorrow, severe weather threat, again, it is on the low side, but still something that we'll be keeping an eye on. I'll show you the impacts that we feel as these showers and thunderstorms move through, how long they're going to stick around, and the big heat that heads our way after coming up. This evening, Versailles, you're there as well, sitting at 80 degrees, 76 in Harrison, very comfortable outside. Now, as we head into the next couple of days, we are going to start to see cold front moving in. Right now, high pressure is still managing to kind of help keep things quiet and clear for us, but that is going to start to change soon. That cold front edges its way closer into greater Cincinnati starting tomorrow, and that is going to bring us the potential for some rain and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening. So Futurecast, that's going to show you just a clear sky for the rest of tonight. Gorgeous outside tonight. Again, this is the time, the night, to get the yard work done, grass cut, things like that, because in the next couple of days, it's going to be kind of difficult with those rain chances sticking around. For the most part, the morning's going to start off dry, maybe an isolated shower further north, but I think for the most part, we are looking at pretty quiet and dry weather tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow afternoon, we start to see that front sparking some showers and thunderstorms. I wouldn't rule out the potential for an isolated thunderstorm to be on the strong side, maybe bringing in some gusty wind. And then getting into Friday, we're looking at prolonged rain that is going to be heavy at times throughout the day on Friday. This is going to lead to heavy rainfall amounts for greater Cincinnati Friday as well as Saturday. Some of those rainfall totals are going to be around 1 to 3 inches on average, but some spots could pick up even more. In fact, there's a sign there that as we get into Friday evening and Friday night, that's when some of the heaviest rounds of rain start to move in. And there's also still potential too on Friday, not totally ruling it out to see a stronger thunderstorm, bringing in some gusty winds as well for your Friday. So we'll be keeping an eye on all of those things, but right now that primary threat looks to be the heavy rain with that potential for some flooding. Again, average totals will be around 1 to 3 inches for greater Cincinnati, but someone in the region could pick up as much as 3 to 5 inches, and there are some hints that that could land throughout greater Cincinnati. So localized totals greater than 3 inches will be a possibility here this weekend. This is going to be a couple of days of rainfall totals, but still we're looking at that heavy rain threat, which could lead to some localized high water issues, runoff issues, things like that. Those thunderstorms starting tomorrow during the evening, afternoon, possibly that early, and then last through Sunday. In fact, I think Sunday morning we have the chance to see some scattered activity, and then that's going to possibly lead to the chance of another stray or isolated shower or thunderstorm here Sunday afternoon. After that, temperatures really start to dial up. So this evening in the 70s, enjoy it while it's around. We'll fall down to about 63 by tomorrow morning. Again, mostly dry tomorrow morning, but that chance north, that's certainly there. Once we get into Friday, we do have that potential for some stronger storms and the heavy rain threat, which is going to possibly continue through Saturday morning especially, but as we get into the second half of the week,